Check, check. How are we doing? How's it going? Can you hear me? Hope it's going well. Sarah, hype. Thank you, thank you. Glad to hear it. Thanks for stopping by as always. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. How's everyone doing? How's it going? Sorry I'm late. Ran into a few things, but we're here now. About almost 20 minutes late, unfortunately. I was hoping to be closer to 15, but that's okay. Yeah, you're good. Cool. Glad you can hear me good. But yeah, today we're just doing the same old, working through the processing tutorials. I'll go over what we did last stream in just a moment, and then we'll jump right into working through processing tutorials and just working on it on our own. So here's our board from yesterday. Before we get too far into it, I'm gonna go live on Instagram as we always do. So I have to start that up separately. I'm going to type a message in there to let people know that I'm live over on Twitch and YouTube. Cool, and that should be all set. Live on Twitch and YouTube, link in bio, pins to the comment section. And yeah. There we go. Oh my god, I forgot. I gotta try. I mean, I didn't have any time to do this, but I gotta try signing out of Instagram on my streaming software and signing back in, because it just says Instagram user whenever someone comments, so I never know who it is, including myself, unfortunately. But yeah. Otherwise, that's something to do off stream. Obviously can't do that right now. Cool. So what are we going to do today? I'm going to copy and paste everything from last stream into a new stream board today. So today is my 16th stream since coming back. So I'll say 16th stream board. And then today is September 5th, 2024. So let me know if the music is too loud. Hopefully it's just right on your end. Cool. Copy and paste everything in. Then, so what we did yesterday, we fixed our code from the week prior. Here I can show that code. Just a second. File open recent, 14th stream. So we fixed this code so that now it shows the full range of color for in the bottom left or bottom right. It goes from, I think, pretty much completely green to completely red. And we have these two blue circles following our mouse. Not exactly where the mouse is, but just left and right. Bon, thank you for joining. Sorry, I have a weird, hold on. Twitch is marking you as a threat to my stream. Hold on. How do I stop restricting Bon? There we go. Oh, no message block. Yeah, you saw it already. Can you see it? Try sending a message again. I think it should come through normally if you send a new one. I'm sus. Yeah, you are. First time chatter. Welcome, Bon. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining. Should really put my mod view on. Hi, Bon. Nightbot says hi as well. But yeah, thank you for joining. Thank you so much for joining. It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. How's life? How's things? I know a lot's going on right now, so hope you're doing well. And yeah. Welcome to my Twitch stream. Working through drawing, learning how to use processing, a little coding software for artists. And we're just working through it and learning from tutorials. Specifically, I don't know if you've ever seen this guy, The Coding Train, but we're working through the Coding Train's tutorials. Good, I was happy to catch your stream, bro. Thank you. It would be better mod. I would be a better mod if I wasn't also working on projects during the stream, shaking my head. Hey, that's my goal with these streams, is that people can work on their own projects as they watch and hang out and all that. Yeah. What else was I gonna say? Bon, I feel like I haven't seen you stream in a moment. Maybe I just haven't been getting the notifications, but I hope to catch one of your streams again soon. As you can see, my streaming music collection isn't as good as yours. I use DMCA free music because I'm too lazy to set up the thing where music doesn't save to the VOD. I know it's possible, but I'm just trying to stream. And I feel like the lo-fi is kind of good for what I'm doing, so I can kind of like focus on working and stuff. It's kind of nice background noise. I've been MIA. No, this is so relaxing. Cool, I'm glad. Yeah, no, even though it's like DMCA free lo-fi, I think I finally found a playlist that I'm happy with that isn't too bad, so I'm glad to hear it. On stream music is so elite. It is. You got me there. It is. But yeah, here, let me open up what we're working on today. I'm also gonna put it in chat. If anyone's curious and wants to check it out, this is the tutorial we've been working from, Learn Processing by the Coding Train. If you haven't seen Daniel Schiffman before, he's very fun, he's very goofy, and yeah, he's great though. He's great at like simplifying concepts too, but also because he's so goofy and silly, I think it helps make the tutorials a lot more entertaining than they otherwise would be. But yeah, we left off, we did the tutorial mouse pressed event last, so we're about an hour and a half into this 5-hour video, which sounds very long, but it's a lot shorter than the tutorial I was going to work through. So that is good. And I'm going from this one too, because I feel like at least I can make things I'm excited about while learning how to program. Eventually, I want to start working on, game design and working through game engines on stream and building my own games. But when I was looking into that, all the tutorials recommended to have a baseline understanding of programming, just the basics. So I think that this getting started with creative coding is a really good way for me to do so. So yeah, we left off. I'm not going to jump into the tutorial yet though, because he gave an assignment at the end. So I'm actually going to play that real quick.
Asterisk or star for multiply, and slash for division. All right, I have now covered everything I wanted to say. I'm sure I missed a few things about the flow of a processing sketch. I'll leave it to you whether you want to go back to an earlier design that you tried, if maybe you can make a smile into a frown by moving the mouse.
Yeah, this is what we're doing today. We're going back to an earlier thing I've made in processing and just kind of utilizing some of the concepts you talked about.
Some antennae of some kind of alien creature you designed around. But I would encourage you to simplify what you're doing in the next section. After you've tried a little bit of code your own, hopefully taken a nice break for yourself, I am going to cover everything there is to know about variables. Specifically, how do you go beyond using the built-in variables in processing to defining and creating your own variables? See you there in just a moment.
Making sure I finished it out. Cool. So yeah, so what did we cover in that tutorial? I didn't want to play the whole thing because we've already watched it 3 times now on stream, because I felt like I didn't fully grasp it the first 2 times, but I definitely did grasp it the 3rd time. I actually wrote a note myself to revisit that. Actually, did we go through everything from last stream? Bond, this is my stream setup. I come in, I write my agenda for today, what I want to do tomorrow, what we did, and I like to recap everything. I have like a very specific format to my streams, just because it helps me keep organized and see what I get done. No, you skipped the schedule. Thank you. Yeah, I thought I did. Got to it up. 2 co-op chatting. Yes, you are right. So yeah, but nothing wrong with that. So organized well. Thank you. Because yeah, I just like to keep track of what I'm getting done, you know, all that. What else? And it helps me, like, so tomorrow when I go to stream, or not tomorrow because I don't stream on Fridays, but on either Sunday or Monday, I can just go in and do exactly what I'm working on. But we always start the stream by recapping the stream prior. So yesterday we fixed our code. Oh, this is what I was talking about when you joined and we got caught up chatting. So this is a little drawing that I made. Every time I click my mouse, the color of the backgrounds will change depending on the coordinates of where the mouse is when I click on it. And as you can see, the two circles are near where the mouse is, but not exactly where the mouse is. And also when you click the mouse, it refreshes the background so that it essentially erases the drawing. But you can make repetitive little things like this. I actually kind of like this. I will screenshot it for now, so I can refer back to, probably add a photo of that into my notes here. Why not? Yeah. So we've made this, and so the concepts that we learned from last week are using variables, mouse X and mouse Y, to move shapes depending on where the mouse is. We used variables. Well, that is a variable, but we also learned how to like replace numbers with variables. Like if I type in width or height, it automatically inputs the number of the width and height of the sketch. I'm going very quick, just to kind of like, sorry, I had a long day. Going very quick just so I can kind of jump into it. But if anyone has any questions, let me know. I'm happy to slow down and kind of talk through what I'm doing, because that's part of the point of these streams. And yeah, what else? We learned how to change the color mode. So right now we're in an RGB color mode, which means that any colors in my sketch are defined by red, green, and blue. So I have different digits for red, green, and blue to define them and choose what colors are shown on the sketch. And these are called sketches, by the way. These processing sketches, the little drawing or whatever it is we create with processing, which is right here. So yeah, I've made that. What else? So that was 14 stream sketch. Let's go 12th stream. Forget what this is. Oh yeah, this is just essentially the same thing, but just erasing the drawing and the square moves to where the mouse is. Not as advanced, but it's the last thing we learn. Skipping that song for now. It's not bad, but it's not the vibe right now. What was this? I think this was the first sketch we made. Yep, it was. This was the first sketch I ever made. It's just a drawing of a square, a circle, and a line through it, going from the tutorial. And then after that, I think the thing that I spent the most time on was this little drawing. So yeah, made this drawing with code. That's definitely what I've spent the most time with. I think what I want to try editing for today, just a goofy, simple little drawing, but we got a few shapes in the background, some colors, some transparencies. What more could you ask for? But anyways, it helped me learn the code and what I'm working through here. So yeah, here I'm going to start a new sketch because I don't want to manipulate that old one. Let's start a new one. And what do we want to do? So here, actually, let me look at my code from last week too. So I'm going to have to edit this a lot. Another thing that we learned last week, last stream, and even the ones prior, is how a processing sketch, what's the word I'm looking for? How it completes all the functions. So there's setup, there's different blocks of code that you can have, and I'm explaining this too, just to kind of refresh in my mind, teaching to you all. Helps me kind of retain the information. So there's different blocks of code. Here we have setup, draw, and mouse pressed. And instead of moving from top to bottom, how we assume the code will be read by the computer, it actually has a predetermined order from processing. So setup always comes first, drawing is repeated over and over again, and then mouse pressed is an event, something that can happen sporadically, while draw is being repeated over and over again. Usually like an interactive element, to my understanding. So yeah, so This first sketch though did not have blocks of code. It's just one giant mass of code. It kind of looks like it because I separated each shape, but really everything in this code moves from top to bottom, while here it moves from setup, draw repeats over and over again, and then mouse pressed happens whenever you click the mouse. While here is just top to bottom, and that's why we get a stationary image rather than a animated or moving one. So I'm going to type in void setup parentheses open bracket. The open curly bracket defines the beginning of the block of code, and as you can see, size kind of moved to the right there to indicate that it's part of that. Then I'm probably going to put a closed curly bracket there to define that setup is over. And then let's try putting all of the shapes in draw. Let's see what happens with that. So if I put void draw, so theoretically that'll mean that these are animated, but there's no movement defined in this code. So I'm wondering if it'll give me an error if I just put it in draw. But let's see, I don't know. Oh, it didn't give me an error, but what it did do was the colors are no longer transparent, and I have no idea why that is. They're not fully opaque, but they're not as transparent as they used to be. Why is that? That's weird. Here. I don't know if it had something to do with the formatting, so let's try this. Yeah, why are the colors opaque? I know why it's still stationary because nothing is moving, but here. Anyways, regardless of that, I'll come back to that later. You know what? I'll leave a comment for myself. I'll say, why are the shapes below no longer transparent, so that I know to revisit that later. Sorry, just checking to make sure the stream is still running on Instagram and YouTube. Yeah, everything's fine. Cool. But yeah, what else? We have the blocks of code. Everything's stationary, no longer transparent. I'll worry about that later. What I want to try and do now is have it so that everything moves with the mouse. So the variables for that are mouse X and mouse Y. Oh wait, sorry, I'm putting that in where the fill is, which would change the color, not the shape. Here, let me go into, let me open the references for each of these shapes. So if we go find in reference, I'll paste that onto the screen here. I'll also put in the chat the website for processing. But yeah, what are we doing here? What are we even doing here? So the parameters A and B are the X and Y coordinates of the ellipse. So theoretically, those should be able to be replaced with mouse X and mouse Y. But I'm gonna say minus 70 and minus 50 because I want all of the shapes to move in different locations with my mouse. What are we even doing here? I was hoping you'd get that reference. I was hoping you'd get it. Yep. Yeah, so the shape does move. Oh, but because I'm not... Oh, I know why the shapes are opaque. It's because it's draw, the shapes are constantly being drawn on top of each other, making it appear like it's no longer transparent because it's just getting more and more opaque every time it's layered on top of itself. That's so interesting. Then that's why this is so opaque too. And it's why some areas look transparent, is because they're still layered in different ways. Yeah, I think I don't know. But how do I, if I go to my code from last week, how do I, oh, I have to change the mouse pressed event. So I'm going to add that at the end so that when I click on the mouse, it erases the background. And instead of X and Y, I'm going to change it to this up here. So I'm actually going to take away, actually no, I'll leave background and setup too, so that there's a background when we start, but I'll also put it here in mouse press so that when we click on the mouse, the background is drawn again and hopefully everything erases. Yeah. Oh, but because the shapes are in draw, they appear almost immediately, like a frame after too. So that makes sense. But here, so for a rectangle, where is the X and Y coordinates of the rectangle in the code? I don't know, so I'm going to look that up in the reference here. All right. So in the reference, A is X coordinates, B is Y coordinates. Cool, straightforward. Just as I was hoping. So we'll say mouse X minus 14 and mouse Y minus 124. I wrote that incorrectly though. There should be no space and Y should be capitalized. There we go. All right, yeah, things are moving. Oh, that does not look how I expected it to look. But that's okay, I think. Let's keep going. We'll come back to that later. I'm glad I'm making a new sketch and not ruining my old drawing in this process. So here for quad, we'll go find in reference. I'm gonna copy and paste that to Safari here. All right, so here's where things get complicated. Now we have X and Y coordinates for each corner of the, what is this, quadrilateral. So that's the first X and Y, XY, XY, XY for each point. So what I'm going to try and hope works. I could sit and think about for a while what this would do, but instead, I'm just going to type it in and see what it does because that'll be faster. We're experimenting here, so I'm going to go XY, XY, XY with the mouse variables, subtract it from the numbers I already have, and theoretically the quadrilateral should move with the mouse, but relative to where it previously was in the drawing, if that makes sense. If it doesn't, let me know. I can try another way of explaining it. Mouse X minus 370, mouse Y minus 382, mouse X minus 390. God, this code's really long now. Did not know it was going to look this long. It's not letting me move from side to side. That's kind of weird. So I can move the screen over, but still, that's weird. Mouse X minus 120. Mouse Y minus 340. Where? Oh, it just disappeared. Is it too far off the screen? Yes, it is. That's correct. I can see it pop in the corner there. The top left, that yellow shape was the quadrilateral. Okay, well, I'll fix that later. For now, triangle. Where are the X and Y coordinates in triangle? We'll open up the reference for it, and this should be the last reference that we open up. So it's similar to the quadrilateral, XY, XY, XY for each point rather than just the shape as a whole. So we'll do the same thing. We'll say mouse X minus 400, mouse Y minus 10, and then so on and so forth. Excuse me. Mouse Y minus 80. I'll stop talking out loud because I'm just saying the same things over and over again. And if we hit play, everything should be moving. And it does. Oh, it's so funny how everything's in completely new spots. compared to how the original drawing was. I was expecting all the shapes to be kind of stationary. Like, what I'm trying to say is I expected all the shapes to be the same relative to one another, like in the similar spot relative to one another, just moving with a mouse. But now they're in completely new positions, and I would have to sit with that for a while to figure out why that is. I think I would, at least. Yeah, that's there. All right. So what do we want to do? How do you make it full screen again in processing? I think I'm going to do that just to try something new. If we go to reference, here, I'll close the other shapes. If we go to reference, then we'll go to, where are we going to? So 2D primitives are what we started with in the first tutorial, which are essentially all the shapes here. But I forget how to load in screen. I'm just gonna look at size. Full screen, there we go. This function is new for processing 3. It opens the sketch using the full size of the computer's display. This function must be in the first line in setup parentheses, the size parentheses, and full screen parentheses. Functions cannot be used in the same program, just choose one. Makes sense. So we're going to put it in setup like they did here, and we'll replace size 400 by 400 with it. So yeah, cool, awesome, there we go. Now it takes up the full screen and we can see all of the shapes. Awesome. This is, and then if I click the mouse, it erases. I wonder if there's a way I can make it erase less, like only erase part of the shapes. I like how, because they're transparent too, you can see the layers a lot more clearly. I'm glad they all have different layers of preferences, of transparencies. Woo! Thank you, Sarah. I agree, yeah. This is definitely a woo moment. All right. If I exit the screen, it stops the code. So what do I want to change next? Things are working well so far, but I don't like how they're kind of like lined up diagonally like that. I wonder if there's anything I'm missing in specifically the rectangle and the circle, the ellipse. I mean to say, the ellipse and the rectangle. It's funny how ellipses and rectangles showed the width and height separately. Oh wait, let's see what it looks like if I add mouse X and mouse Y to those, to width and height. Does that mean they constantly grow and get smaller as I move the mouse around here? Mouse X minus 190, mouse Y minus 130. Wait. Yeah, it is. You can see it gets really tiny over here and massive over here. I don't love that though, just because so much, it gets so big so quickly. Here, if it's down here, you can see the green ellipse is really small, and as we move to the bottom right, it gets really large. So that's what's happening there. That's kind of cool. I feel like that's cooler on its own than it is with the other shapes. Here, let me exit out of it. Let me open up rectangle. What are all those other numbers doing? What are those other numbers doing? All right, so we have XY for the first two numbers, followed by width by height, radii for all four corners, radius for top left, radius for top. Oh, the radius for each corner. It's interesting that only the rectangle has that function and not, say, the ellipse. Not the ellipse. I keep saying ellipse and not ellipse, but I meant to say quadrilateral. Wonder why only the rectangle, you can round out the corners like that. But that's okay. Doesn't matter to me right now. I am going to, for C and D, width and height, I am going to add mouse X and Y to those as well to see what happens. Mouse X minus 76. Mouse Y minus 258. We play the code. Cool. So you can see the blue, I believe rectangle here. It's moving around as well. What I should do, instead of minus, I should say divide by or multiply. I think that'll make for more interesting results. So here. Oh, it's now I don't even see it anymore. Here. Let's do times. Oh my god, now it's massive. That's funny. Yeah, now it's completely massive. Alright. That's not what we want. I'll say minus 476 and 858 just to see what that does. Hopefully that makes it smaller overall. Yeah, it does. Cool. I like that a lot more for the rectangle. Let's do it with the circle too. So instead of making it multiply or divide, we're just decreasing the size overall by subtracting a larger number, which makes sense. 570, let's do 690. What does that do? Still pretty large. Let's make it even more intense. Let's do 8. Let's do 6. Cool. Still really large though. You know what? Let me add a 1 in front of both numbers, turn them into 1,000. Let's see how drastic that is. Oh, that's way too drastic. Now the ellipse completely disappeared. Again, the ellipse is the green one here. So let's say, yeah, 1,000 for that. Let's say 870 there. Oh, it just moves way far into the top left, I think. It's still massive compared to everything else once in the top right. Weird. That's cool. We found the point for the ellipse right here. Here. I'm going to exit out and I'm just going to make the put some comments in front of the ellipse to make it disappear for now. We'll focus on everything else. How could we make the triangle and the quadrilateral more dynamic like we have the rectangle here, but maybe in different directions and such? How do we do that? It's hard because we already are using all of the, what are these called? Variables? We're using all the parameters already. That's the word I'm looking for. Here, let me just open it up again just to see anyways. Uptime Joe, how are you? Good to see you. How's life? You gotta put the, oh, I was gonna say, yeah, you have to put the exclamation in front, not the end. We've been streaming for 38 minutes. 35 seconds. I was a little late today, but we're doing well. How are you, Joe? How's things since yesterday? Thanks again for stopping by yesterday, and thanks for stopping by today. It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, been steady 38 minutes so far, and I'll probably stream till at least 6:45, maybe a little bit minter. It's already been like 40 minutes. Yeah, Nightbot's ahead of you, Sarah. Nightbot's ahead of you. But yeah, probably will stream till about at least 6:45 p.m. Again, trying to keep these streams to just an hour each day. That way I can keep up with them each day. Glad I think you made it. Thank you so much, Joe. Thank you so much. How we doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Same old, same old. I'm working through this drawing right now that I'll show you in a second. But how are you doing? No, I was commenting. I was surprised. Got you. Oh, got you. That's why I have the double question mark. I got you. Yeah. Cool. So if we play the code, this is Joe. This is what we've been doing so far. Is as I move my mouse, these little shapes follow. You can see the rectangle changes scale depending on where the mouse is. If I click the button, it erases. So not too different than what we did last time, but just a little refresher essentially. I think the more I move my mouse, the better it looks all around. But the ellipse gets really big in the top right, which I don't love, but I don't know of a way of preventing that. But yeah. What else? Yeah, we were looking at the quadrilateral and the triangle, and I can't figure out how to make them more dynamic, because if we look here, it's just, sorry, that's the rectangle. 1 second. If I look at the rectangle, sorry, the quadrilateral here, all it is, each parameter is just an x coordinate of each corner or y coordinate, so I don't know how to change scale of it. So Sicklo, that's my go. Thank you. Thank you. How many streams have we done processing for? I am at least an hour and a half into the tutorial, and this is what I've learned so far. Yes, love the squid guy. Gotta love the squid guy. But thank you though. Thank you. Appreciate it. But cool. So yeah, X and Y, because I love how the rectangle, even though I get annoyed with how large it gets, sorry, that's the older code. Even though I get annoyed with how large it gets in the top right over here, I still like that it's dynamic and changes scale. And BRB, yeah, take your time, do your thing. Yeah, just happy to have you here. But yeah, what else? So yeah, how do I get the triangle? And maybe if I say it over and over enough times, I'll figure it out now. But we go to find reference for triangle, copy and paste that in over here. Yeah, also just X and Y coordinates. Maybe there's no way to change scale for triangle and quadrilateral. Maybe I should just make everything a rectangle. Maybe that's the answer. Which honestly, now that I say that, might not be a bad answer. It's just a short-term solution. You know, if this was a real project, I wouldn't be doing this, but we're still learning, you know, I still don't know what else I can do aside from these shapes. But the ellipse was working though. So I guess we can try and figure out why the ellipse wasn't, but can work on rectangles too. And were there any other shapes in the reference here? Oh, that's not the right button. If we go to reference, go to 2D primitives, which is under, what would that be under? Output. What was it under? I remember it was far down. Oh, 3D primitives, that's interesting. I didn't know you could make 3D objects in processing. That's cool, I'm excited to get there. Where did we leave off? Oh, why can't I find it? There's just primitive with no 2D in front of it. You know, I'm just searching it up here. Oh, and it does even show up. All right. Yeah, why am I not finding it right now? Oh, well, I could have just clicked on that here. If we go ahead. Just gotta close out this one. It was under shape. Of course it was under shape. It's a shape. How did I not figure that out? All right. Now we know. So I remember Arc, you said, was a little too complicated and we'd get to in the future. Oh yeah, that does kind of look more complicated than what we've been doing. But what else? So circle, ellipse, line. Oh yeah, we did learn line. Can we change scale of a line? No, but we can change Z coordinates. That's interesting. Nah, I'm not gonna do that now. Oh, actually, maybe that would be cool to do now. What about points? X, Y, and Z. And then everything else we've already made. Yeah, maybe a line could be cool. So here it's line 120, 80, 340, 300. What are the Z coordinates doing though? I assume that makes it 3D, but sure doesn't look 3D here. To change the thickness? Oh, yes, we did learn. Because that was the thing, is I felt like these lines were too thin, but we did learn how to change the thickness of lines. Let's do that. So what did we do for that? Alright, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna grab some water. And when I say quick, I mean like I'm not even putting on my BRB screen. I'm just grabbing some water. Been talking a lot. Here it is, under setting. Oh, that was very emotional with the music. The background clear, stroke, and no stroke. So we did no stroke for the shapes. Well, if we go here, can we change the stroke of a line? Change the color, opacity, but how do you change the thickness? I'm sure I can look at my old notes, but I'm being stubborn right now to figure it out from the processing reference guide. Stroke weight, there we go. Related, stroke weight. Yes, that's what I was looking for. Not stroke, I was looking for stroke weight. Cool. So I'm gonna put this down and then we'll add some lines to our drawing. Oh, yeah, I forgot we just removed everything, so it's just the ellipse. But here, I think stroke weight has to go before line, right? Yes, it does. So let's do, so this is 4, 16, and 40. Let's do like stroke weight of, you know, we'll start with 4. So here, let's put in, let's say, stroke weight 4. semicolon, and then we'll do line. Let's just do the same, whatever they did in the sample code on the left here. So we'll do 80, 80, 320, 160. Back. Happy to have you here. I assume you're not at Harry's again today, are you? But that would be funny if you were. Semicolon. What? Semicolon or close bracket near 80? Oh, because I used a dot instead of a comma, a period. What? Oh yeah, I did that here too. So where's the line? I don't see it. Is it really tiny? I feel like it must be, but I don't see it at all. Just left Harry's? No way. Did you actually go to Harry's again today? That's so funny. I respect it if you did, if you just left Harry's. Harry's is delicious. I could eat there every day, genuinely. Sarah, you've been to Harry's, right? For burgers? So if we go to line is x, y, followed by xy, followed by z. Do we even need z? Oh, why is there only one z coordinate? Oh no, there is an xy, xy. So yeah, we don't even have z coordinates defined right now. Burger bar, yeah. They got, oh, I forgot they don't have gluten-free anymore. That's too bad. That is very much too bad because they were so good. Could still get it bunless, but yeah, no, that's disappointing. I go like 4 times a week sometimes. Nice. Do the employees all know you? Oh, there we go. I'm friends with all the employees. They're homies. Nice. That's so funny. Yeah, I was literally gonna ask. It's so funny. Damn. All right, so let's do mouse x minus 80, mouse y minus 80, and then mouse x and y again, minus. Oh, I was capitalizing mouse. I forgot I can't do that. Sometimes I don't even eat. I just get a water and chill for 30 minutes after work. Nice. That's sweet. I wish I had employee friends like that. I could just go and grab some water and hang out for a bit. I'm become a regular guy at a diner or bar kind of guy. Nice. I respect that. Sometimes I avoid being a regular. Sometimes I'm not into the fact that employees recognize me when I go somewhere. But sometimes I am, so it depends on my mood. I feel that too, yeah. I would say where I'm a regular at right now, but I don't want to dox myself on my stream. Not that anyone would really be writing it down, but I don't feel like saying all that on a live stream. But I do have one place. Yeah, where's the line? Where's the line not moving? Here, if we make the stroke weight really large, like 100, what does it look like now? Can we see it? No. Oh, is it because I said no stroke at the top? Probably is. Do I have to define that before the eclipse instead? Here, if I hit play. Yep, yeah, that was the reason. Look how weird the eclipse looks. Oh, so stroke weight defines stroke for everything below it. It's interesting. So, excuse me. Yeah, let's add in no stroke in front of the rectangle. Does that fix it? No, now there's just no stroke at all in the code. No, sorry, when I say no stroke, I'm referring to the weight of the line, like how thick the line is. But why is it defining for the entire code? Let's just change this to 4. Alright. It's kind of cool. Maybe I do like the outlines for these drawings. The city is popping right now. Is it? Is it? Is something going on right now? Whoa, the line actually looks really cool to draw with. You can make weird shapes. Let me comment out the rectangle. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It feels so three-dimensional even though I'm just repeating a line over and over. This is awesome. Oh, back to school, yeah. No, you're right. You're so right. Here, I'm just going to make it mouse X and mouse Y for the first coordinates. Yeah, there we go. Oh, this is so much fun. I love drawing with this. It's like I made a weird three-dimensional brush. I kind of like how it looks already, too. But here. We have to start wrapping up stream. It's almost 6:45. Supposed to end at 6:30, but I was pretty late. Call this man Tommy. True. True. Here. Can we recreate a drawing real quick? Oh no, this will take me years to code. Could I do this one though? It'd probably oh, I can't do it with the rectangle though. It'd probably help if I had like a dot instead of a line. But here. No, let me erase that. All right. Yeah, that looks nothing like it. Here, I'm trying to open it all up at the same time. This is the best I can do because this has to remain full screen. Yeah, that's as close as we can get. But that is funny. Funny, funny, funny. All right. So I'm going to uncomment rectangle just because I want to keep it in for whatever I'm coding next week. 1-to-1 replica, right? I was pretty close. $1 million, you know it. as every creative coding drawing should be. No, I'm kidding. But this is fun. This is not, I don't feel like this is anywhere near finished, but we're going to keep working on it next stream. So about 5 minutes left, so I'm going to start wrapping up. So we started the stream by recapping last stream, and now we're going to talk about next stream. So, agenda for today's stream. Oh, I never edited this, so I was supposed to rewrite the agenda for... I don't even think I covered last stream, but I didn't talk about the agenda for today's stream at all. I just kind of went right into it, didn't I? So I'm going to rewrite that, just so I have it in my notes. Dude, Guggenheim called you. They said they've heard of you. Damn. Honestly, I'm honored. Guggenheim in the Twitch chat too. They didn't call me. They typed in the Twitch chat. all right. But agenda for today's stream. So we were going to review what we did yesterday, which we did do. Then we added new code possibilities from mouse press event into one of our previous processing sketches, which is exactly what we did. That is this drawing here. Oh, actually, I should take a screenshot of what it looks with just the line. So here, which was a full screen screenshot command. Yeah, that's good enough. So here, so in the corner. Actually, no, I'm not going to do the Cy Twombly replica. I'm gonna do something a little bit more dynamic. I feel like the more I draw it, it gets more and more interesting, and then it starts getting less interesting real quick. It's kind of cool to go slow with it. I wonder how it determines how often the, I guess it's by frames, but I wonder what frame rate the drawing is at to change how often it gets drawn. Here, it's not my favorite one I've made so far. I wish I took a screenshot of an earlier one, but we gotta wrap up stream, and I want some kind of screenshot of it just to have. So here, we exit. I'm going to put that into our notes here. And then I'm going to uncommon the rectangle just so I know to work with that next time. We're going to save. So what should we call this? We'll call it 16th stream sketch 9/5/24. Maybe we'll come up with a more interesting name in the future. I don't know, but at least that makes it easy to reference later. I'm going to save. Oh, Instagram just ended. I have a weird issue with my software. Oops, I didn't realize how loud the music was. Hopefully you could still hear me all right. Wavy like that. Thank you, Joe. Thank you. Yeah, I still have this issue with my streaming software where Instagram ends after an hour. I don't know why that is. But here, let me go properly end the Instagram stream. All right, that is ended. Now we're just on Twitch and YouTube, but we're gonna wrap up real quick anyways. So I'll say, here, let me add notes. I'll say last streams sketch. Sample of today's sketch. I'll say whip. Cool. I'll leave those there. Delete the screenshot because we already have it saved here. And then yeah, if we had time, we're going to begin chapter variables and learn processing. But we didn't get to do that, so that'll remain on the agenda for next time. So yeah, what we did today, we recapped last stream, then we added code possibilities. Oh, I forgot to change this to yesterday. Now I'll just copy and paste this from the agenda into what we did today. So today we added in code possibilities for mouse pressed event tutorial into one of our previous processing sketches. I'll say sketch was saved as 16th stream sketch 9/5/24. Just so I know how to refer to it later. Yep, that is the name. Then we made an agenda for tomorrow. Doesn't look like much on paper, but we did a lot today. I'm really happy. I feel like what we did with this today is so far beyond what I expected I'd be able to do today. So I'm happy with that. Not in love with it, but definitely happy with it. Here, I'll put in this sample too. Say samples of today's sketch. Oh, Twitch mod actually caught someone, like a spam bot. I banned them real quick. Yeah, I gotta figure out why it's so overly harsh though. Why it will do that. Sorry, I know why it does it for obvious scam bots. What I mean for is for like just people talking in chat for the first time. Let's go. Yeah, I'm finally getting my own scam bots, Joe. I know you're getting a bunch. This one said cheap viewers on, and then the URL is literally just like a completely random mix of letters and numbers. So, you know that's a green flag to click on and visit that website. Anyways. Yeah, I got those. Yeah. Cheap viewers, $2. True. Only $2 for viewers. Viewers for $2. Anyways. So we covered what we did today. So what are we gonna do for tomorrow? I hope to stream Sunday. I can't make any promises because I don't know what I'm doing on Sunday outside of stream, just in life. So I'll try to stream on Sunday, but Sunday is still the one day of the week that's up in the air for me. Again, I stream Mondays through Friday. Sorry, not Mondays through Fridays, Mondays through Thursdays at 5:30. That's as guaranteed as I can make it. Didn't mean to slam my hand on the table, but that's as guaranteed as I can make it. So Sunday is the 8th. So is it really? Wow, that feels like it's so long from now, but it's not. September 8th. Wow, we're already almost halfway into September. That's crazy. We're still in the beginning of September, but still. 2 days, it's the 8th. That's crazy. Wait, that doesn't make sense mathematically. Oh yeah, because it's Thursday. It's not Friday. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my god. So much for coding helping my math skills. Anyways, I'll say continue editing yesterday's sketch until it arrives at a point that I'm satisfied with. Utilize concepts. Sorry, I'm trying. Now that you all are here, I want to say I'm trying not to, because I used to do this all the time when I started streaming again, is I started reading out what I'm typing very slowly, and I was watching back my VOD, and it was the most annoying thing in the world to watch. So I apologize if I'm doing it. At least I thought it was extremely annoying. So here, utilize, I was about to do it again, but what am I utilizing? Utilize concepts from past tutorials, especially mouse pressed events. Tutorial chapters. And then we'll begin chapter variables and learn processing. And then we'll make an agenda for the next stream. Pick me cheap viewers, $1. Joe's beating you right now in chat, Sarah. He's got the cheapest viewers. JK, he's lying about his cheap viewers, I guess, but y'all got cheap viewers from me. Anyways. And then what to do off stream? Still gotta figure out some Twitch and Ecamm Live issues. Ecamm Live is the software I'm using to stream instead of OBS. And of course, most importantly at the bottom here, get a drink with Joe, still on my what to do off stream generally list of things to do. Dang, I can't go lower than $2, $3 for considering buying viewers from someone else. Cheap viewers, 1 penny. Wow, that's crazy. What, 1 penny? It's like, why are you even charging us right now? But anyways, yeah, that's it from today. These notes were entirely from yesterday. I didn't work through any of these notes really at all today, so I'm just going to delete them because, yeah, again, we didn't really work through those. Gotta make these titles bold because I think that'll look better and catch my eye a little bit better, and it does. And yeah, these are my formats for my boards. I think it looks good. It's pretty much how I want it for next time. Go to Harry's. Odds are we'll see Joe. Yes. Yeah, we gotta time it right. Exactly. We'll buy viewers at the bar, but Anyways, it's time for me to wrap up stream. I hope you all had a nice time watching in the background. Joe, Bonbon, Sarah, thank you all so much for joining. It was nice to hang out with you all. And yeah, I'll be live hopefully Sunday, but if not, definitely Monday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 2:30 p.m. Pacific. Got a little heart from Joe. Thank you, Joe. Turn the Diner Bar regulars into Zach Baby stream regulars. It'd be funny if I was on the. Oh my god, I'm getting to it. But that'd be funny if these streams were on like the bar TVs next to the sports games and stuff. But yes, Sarah, thank you. I'm going to say if you're watching on Twitch right now, stick around. I will be raiding someone, and yeah, it's just nice to raid someone with me and stick around. And thank you for reminding me I didn't forget. And I wasn't going to forget this time, I promise. And yeah, bye everyone. Thanks again for joining, and see you next time. Bye bye. Wait, Joe, are you live right now? Guess I'll raid you.